Okay, it's been a while since I've done one of these videos talking about builds and whatnot, but recently, if you're up to date with the WoW news, is that an enhancement got nerfed. Do I think we're nerfed? Not really. I actually, going into raids and people asking me what build I'm running or whatever and how's enhancement doing, everyone's quickly claiming we're nerfed, oh my god. I think the damage is actually still pretty good. And I mean, this is the build that I found to be the most efficient, and the rotation pretty much works and the damage is consistent. But you know, you have to be Venther and you have to be running technically a fire lava lash build. And I'll just go through it really quickly. I mean, this shaman points available, you know, on the left side tree here. This really is your choice. I think that's why they have it like this. But of course, they give you things like, well, they don't even give you flurry. I guess that's if you have low crit or something. So I mean, you want to take flurry, you want to take frost shock, I don't know, filler. You want to take fire and ice, and you probably should take improved lightning bolt. Other than that, I think all this stuff is really your choice. And then we're just talking about damage-wise here. They give you chain lightning. You don't even have to put points into that. Focus on this over here, like this tree right here. We could start from the top. I guess I'll start from the top. They make you take Storm Strike. There's no question here. Typically, by the time I think the line comes right across here, you gotta pick most of these things. We don't really gonna focus. You don't have enough points to be trying to get forceful winds and unruly winds. You basically you might as well just take Wind Fury, because you can't even put Flame Tongue on your main hand if you didn't want to take this. So you're gonna have to take this. Lash, we already know what that does. You have to take this one. Even at this line here, you're better. Of course, you have to take Improved Maelstrom Weapon. It's almost dumb to not take this. This doesn't even make any sense to like, oh, I just want to. Don't have a spender, like a spender increase. Like, of course you're gonna take this, and this is where I think the build starts to open up, where you could take other things. And we're gonna go, since it's Lava Lash, obviously you got to take this. Lava Lash has a reduced cooldown. You hit someone with that has Flame Shock on them, it spreads to 4 nearby targets. It also, they don't say this, but because of this Molten Assault, I'm pretty sure it also reapplies Flame Shock dot, so you don't have to somehow fit in your rotation, which is good, because with all the buttons you're going to push anyway, you don't want to have to push the Flame Shock again, unless you want to apply it to a different target. And then Raging Maelstrom. Maelstrom Weapon can now stack 5 additional times. Maelstrom Weapon now increases damage or healing or spells effects by an additional 5% per stack. So this just bumps this. It stacks up 10 times instead of 5, and now it's 25 per stack, I believe, instead of 20. This is, since we're doing a Lava Lash fire build, you're going to take Fire Nova for your AoE instead of something like Hailstorm. You take Sundering, because you still need to put points somewhere, and this just works. It's Flame Strike damage, which is physical and fire. I think it's fire and physical damage at the same time. Overflowing, your Overflowing Maelstrom, so now it increases to 10, which is good, because you have a lot of things that are going to create Maelstrom, and maybe you want to wait till you can hit it the hardest it can hit, like a really hard Lightning Bolt or really hard Chain Harvest. This, of course, is just better than anything else here. Like, I didn't have to bring this, and you could probably take something like, I like Feral Lunge a lot. You definitely don't want to go Ice Drake. So I just pick Wind Fury. I don't even know what the damage increase is for everyone. It's only affects people in your party, and it's a 20% chance when they main hand an auto attack to swing extra time. Every class I've played that has a weapon, typically your moves do more damage compared to your actual melee swings. Depends on the class. A Fury Annihilator build probably benefit from a Wind Fury Toad. But other than that, if you didn't care about buffing everyone, or even having to manage a buff for the party that might have a bunch of casters because you're running the LFR, you could do something like Feral Lunge. So Swirling Maelstrom is good. It's when you hit Fire Nova, you're now gonna, each explosion from Fire Nova also grants you 1 stack of Maelstrom weapons. So if you spread it to 3 to 4 people using from this, or if you Chain Harvest and you hit 5 people with Fire Nova, or with Flame Shock, when you hit Fire Nova, you're gonna get at least 5 Maelstrom stack. You can follow up with a Chain Lightning if you're in an AoE situation, or a Lightning Bolt, or even if you hit Fire Nova and you have a Chain Harvest cooldown, it's going to help that too. So then Hot Hand, melee attacks with Flame Tongue Weapon to active have 5% chance to reduce the cooldown of Lava Lash, and increases the damage of Lava Lash by 40% for 8 seconds. This is cool. Just another damage increase to Lava Lash, along with Ashen Callus. Haven't even gotten there yet. Crash Lightning, I like to start off with this because I'm going to be spamming Lava Lash. If you open up with this and you hit at least 2 targets, it enhances the weapon. So now Lava Lash deals 1,000 nature damage also splash damage around the target. It's also a good filler. Now here you could take Storm Flurry or something else if you wanted to take something here. This, I mean, I'm not really going to be using any of these things because Wind Fury, I don't have any of these Wind Fury increases here. I don't care about Stormbringer. I really mostly care about prioritizing procs from Hot Hand when that procs over Stormbringer procs. And to really take is Storm Flurry. So when you have to fill in the rotation with a Storm Strike hit, at least it can do a couple of hits off itself. Perhaps even, not really sure, I haven't tested if the Storm Flurry proc, the extra Storm Strike chaining off itself creates Maelstrom weapon stacks. I have no idea, but I just know this was the best out of most of these. And then of course you need elemental weapons, so you can increase your Fire Frost nature by 10%. Don't care about Crash Lightning, increasing Storm Strike. That isn't where I'm not trying to that kind of build. And then Chain Lightning's cool to hit 2 more people and damage increase, but I have great AoE anyway with Fire Nova and Chain Harvest with Sundering and Crash Lightning and Storm and like Lava Lashing after Chrome Strike. So you don't really need this. This is like if this was your AoE build as opposed to Hailstorm and Fire. You don't want to run this kind of build. And I actually have a Storm Strike build I could share, but it's not that, it doesn't work well with Venthyr. It'd probably be best with Night Phase. So Lava Lash increases damage of Flame Shock on its target by 100% for 20 seconds. You're going to Lava Lash the target anyway. So here you're going to take Feral Spirits and get Wolves in battle, blah, blah, blah. You summon out 2 wolves, they create Maelstrom for you. You get 1 stack immediately, and then get 1 stack every 3 seconds. So it's Maelstrom generation plus damage increase, plus they do their own damage too. It's only damage increase because I've got elemental spirits, but this one, you increases your chance to get Maelstrom weapon stacks, and every time you get a stack, it reduces the cooldown of Feral Spirits by 2 seconds. And then you're going to take Ellie Spirits because if you just so happen to get a fire one to come out, it increases your damage by 20%. Or if you get 2 of them, it's increased by 40%. So it's really roll the dice. And that's the build itself. If you really want, I think, is the best to run with Legendaries is, of course, you have to run you're going to run a Unity style, so it affects your Covenant ability. And that just puts Flame Shock on all the targets that you Chain Harvest. You technically need this for this build to work optimally with the Fire Nova Maelstrom weapon generation. You run Firebreakers. Fiery Skybreaker's Molten Band to Flame Shock damage, overtime crits, reduce the cooldown of Fire Ellie. We don't have a Fire Ellie, and all we care about is Flame Shock has a 50% increased critical strike, which works hand in hand with this. Flame Shock critical strikes reduce the cooldown of Chain Harvest by 1 second. I also run pretty high crit anyway. I like crit mastery builds, if you know me, not really caring about haste. The only thing I could do is jump in to tell you rotation wise and why what you're gonna do, to be honest, to like roll in on. I'm sure they're hitting and it's really loud, but you're gonna call your wolves out first, increase your damage, whether it's nature or fire. So just in case you use this one, not only that, while you're smacking around, you're probably gonna get Maelstrom weapon stacks, and that will help reduce the cooldown of this. So you kind of want to use this on cooldown every pull, whatever. You don't have to hold on to this. It has a reduced cooldown because of Maelstrom weapons. The talent, is it Witch Doctor's Ancestry? It used to be Witch Doctor Wolf Bones, I'm pretty sure. I normally, on an AoE pull them out first. So you pull them out first, run in, hit him with the Flame Shock, Crash Lightning into a Lava Lash to help spread Fire Nova. If at that point you then had enough for a Chain Harvest, you smack them with a Chain Harvest into a Fire Nova, into a Sundering. By then, you probably are going to have Lava Lash ticked up to its 100%, if not already proccing a Hot Hand to hit with a devastating hit. I typically, since it only lasts 8 seconds, I try to Lava Lash as much as possible, rotate it in with Crash Lightning so they get the extra splash damage. When I have nothing to do, I'll probably hit a Storm Strike. You kind of have to keep close attention. You don't need to stack up to 10 if you don't want to, but you don't want to overstack either. It's really, I kind of almost feel like I use my spenders as a filler as opposed to that's my main damage. It's never my main damage, like ever. It's more like a filler, but let's see. So you call your wolves out, hit them with the Flame Shock, hit him with the Crash Lightning, hit it with the Lava Lash, didn't get it, hit it with the Sundering, cool, now I got it. Chain Harvest, Fire Nova, hit the Lava Lashes, because this has really good splash damage. And when you proc Stormbringer, I believe it increases the damage of your Storm Strike. Anyway, now I'm going to fill with the Chain Lightning. Now I'm going to Crash Lightning first before I hit it with the Lava Lash into a Fire Nova, into a Chain Harvest, into this, into a Lava Lash, call the wolves out again, Storm Strike. I'm going to Storm Strike again, wait for this to pull up. I should have hit Crash Lightning first. Oh, I proc this again, hit Lava Lash again, hit the Chain Harvest because that's up, hit the Lava Lash again, hit the Storm Strike because that's up, hit the Crash Lightning so I increase damage here. I'm going to dump, hit him with the AoE. This came up again, hit him with that, hit him with the Fire Nova, Crash Lightning, Storm Strike, Lava Lash, call the wolves, Chain Harvest, because yeah, the crits help reduce the cooldown there, so you don't want to hold on to it too much. Crash Lightning, Lightning, Chain Lightning, Lava Lash, back to the Fire Nova, back to a Storm Strike, Crash Lightning's up, proc to Hot Hand, hit the Lava Lash, then fill it with a Chain Lightning. Then you're waiting for your next button to pull up. Oh, Crash Lightning again, Lava Lash, Chain Harvest, Fire Nova, Lava Lash, and Storm Strike here, call the wolves out, make sure you Lava Lash again, Crash Lightning, Lava Lash, hit him with this one, the filler of a Sundering, yeah. Fire Nova, Crash Lightning, got the Chain Harvest, probably should hit that first though, probably should hit Crash Lightning there first, but it's okay, because now I'm stuck with nothing, luckily hit a Hot Hand proc, Storm Strike, Lava Lash, Fire Nova, Lava Lash, nothing, hit with the Chain Lightning to dump, Lava Lash, Crash Lightning, Storm Strike, hit it with the Chain Harvest, Lava Lash, Storm Strike procced it. I could do this if I wanted to reduce the Chain Lightning, reduce the cooldown, Crash Lightning, Lava Lash, Fire Nova, Lava Lash, Chain Lightning for fun if you want it as a filler. I mean, it depends if your Chain Lightnings are hitting harder than your Storm Strikes, which it probably does. So, and Storm Strikes actually can create Maelstrom weapon stacks where a spender can't. So, yeah, there's a chance you might want to actually blow your Chain Lightnings more than just smacking Storm Strikes. It's barely doing any damage. It's hitting for 4k. Chain Lightning's hitting for 16. I mean, you might as well actually use your spenders over your Storm Strike. I'd probably think about that next time. But that wasn't a bad pull. Where is it? It's right here. Okay, so if you look... Well, there's also, because that was a really long smacking of some dummies there. I know that the mobs would probably die by then, which I have some clips you guys can watch, an AoE pull. But as you can see, Flame Shock doing most of the damage. It crit 80% of the time. So it was really reducing cooldown of Chain Harvest and stuff. You can see how many times you even get Maelstrom weapon stacks. It was refreshed 255 times. Activated, I think, must be, I don't know, when you hit a button and you get one. Not really sure. It's so passive with this build. And that's it. Fire Nova actually destroys an AoE, and so does Chain Harvest. But a lot of this damage is increased. 40k Lava Lash. Damage is increased by Elemental Spirits. How many times did I get a fire one? 3 times. 4 times. Got the multi-weapon one 3 times. And the Icy Edge one time. Flame Tongue doesn't do anything. You're really capitalizing on your dots, your Lava Lash, Hot Hand procs. That's the build on AoE. When you go single target, it's really the same. It's literally the same thing, except you're going to fill in your time with Lightning Bolts instead of Chain Lightning. That's it. I mean, you literally want a Fire Nova on command because it generates Maelstrom weapon. Guaranteed. But even starting, it's the same thing on a dummy. Feral Spirit, Flame Shock, Lava Lash, Sundering, into a Fire Nova, into a Storm Strike, if that's even up. And if it's not up, it's probably Chain Harvest, into a Chain Harvest, use a Spender, back to Lava Lash, it's probably up. I mean, Storm Strike is the absolute last button I am trying to hit. You could even see right here, it barely did any damage. I'm not using it very often. Let's see how many times I actually did use it. I cast it 17 times as opposed to 33 times. So half the time. Look, half the time, and look at the damage difference. Why don't you guys go out, do that same rotation on AoE mobs, smile because you're destroying shit, and let me know what you think if this helped out your build. All right, that's it.
I must get closer. I'm out of range. I must get closer.